Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our first webinar, well, my first webinar of the year of 2025. And we're going to talk about DataSnipper Platform version 6.1, which I'm very excited about. But before we get started, I'll, as always, quickly introduce your hosts. My name is Hande and I lead the product marketing team at DataSnipper. Basically, my biggest and main responsibility is to communicate the value of our products to you so that you can pick the one that fits your needs the most. And today with me, I have another product expert, an industry expert, Sangeeta. I will let Sangeeta introduce herself.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Hante. Hello, everyone. Good morning from Amsterdam. Thank you so much for taking your time and joining the session today. I'm Sangeeta Ramesh. I'm working as Transformation Manager at DataSnipper for 2 years now. And before joining DataSnipper, I was working as an external auditor for 7 years. So now I'm more towards the product and implementation. Yeah, looking forward for the session today and also to showcase how we can add value and benefit with our new version. So yeah, welcome again.
Thank you, Sangeeta. So we want to make it as interactive as possible. If you guys have any questions, Sangeeta will be moderating the session throughout the demo. So feel free to use the Q&A section and we'll cover all the questions that you have. If we have enough time, and if you didn't see what you would like to see, we can also go beyond. But of course, if we have time, so no promises there. But let's get started. So we'll quickly go over the key challenges that we see in the industry. These are the challenges that helps us kind of define and build the foundations of our roadmap. And we will introduce what's new with the DataSnipper Platform version 6.1. We'll cover it with a live demo, so we will show you all the functionalities in action. And then we'll discuss some next steps and finish up with Q&A. So throughout the session, if you have questions, you can drop it and we'll cover in the end. So if you're interested in version 6.1, but don't know what to do, if you don't have DataSnipper yet, then you can book a demo with us. Basically, this will be a call with our sales team where they explain you the products. It goes more in depth, trying to also understand your needs and cover the use cases on how you can implement DataSnipper in your day-to-day. And if you have more questions, more in-depth questions, more tailored to your firm, that you can also do it during this call. So if you're interested in that, feel free to go to our website, scan the QR code, and we would be very happy to chat with you more individually. Or if you are already a DataSnipper user, but you are on a different version, I can also show you how to look up your version to see where you're at. You can reach out to your DataSnipper Customer Success Manager to upgrade to 6.1. They would be happy to help you upgrade to this new advanced version. So, of course, when we talk about challenges, these three stands out the most. And starting with repetitive tasks, these teams, audit and finance teams, rely on repetitive and manual tasks a lot, which in the end slows down financial procedures and the turnaround. What is sad about it and unfair about it is that, according to McKinsey, 60% of these tasks can actually be automated. So there is a way that we can be much more efficient, much more productive, and work way smarter. Second, of course, this is an industry that works a lot with documentation, and sharing, storing, reviewing these documentation without a centralized and linkage is centralized place is very difficult. It can be very chaotic, very complex. A lot of time can be lost, but also quality can decrease. And according to Gartner, we see also an increase in the investment in tech solutions. And 60% of audit departments are actually planning to invest in tech in the upcoming years. So we can also see clearly teams are looking for solutions and ways to improve this way of working. And finally, of course, this is something that we discuss almost every year. There is a growing regulatory demands. There is strict reporting needs year on year. And of course, these rules, these requirements adds additional pressure on teams, which might risk documentation standards and compliance standards. And according to Wall Street Journal, which is a metric that when I first saw, I was very, very shocked. 300,000 accountants and auditors left their jobs, primarily in the US, because of the increased workload, repetitive tasks, and this pressure. So how can we be more efficient, more productive, but also at the same time reduce employee turnover, which is a very important topic in the field, but also bring more innovative and tech-driven work environment. So at DataSnipper, we basically ask these questions to ourselves, and we define our roadmap with these in mind always. And when we think about these things, our mission is very simple. We envision a world where connected data unlock people's full potential. And to be able to do that, we deliver intelligent automation with effortless data validation. Basically, we're able to do this by facilitating smoother workflows and better outcomes through intelligent automation. If you're new to DataSnipper, or if you just started using DataSnipper, in very simple terms, it's an intelligent automation platform that helps you to automatically extract, cross-reference, and validate any source documents at scale. DataSnipper helps you to automate repetitive tasks, brings ease of review with cross-referencing, while increasing the quality of your procedures with strong documentation trails. And these aspects I will show you in a bit in a live demo as well. Of course, throughout the years, we had many versions of DataSnipper. And last year, almost end of the year, we released version 6.1. So now let's dive into what we can expect from this version. So let's first start with user management. User management basically helps you to easily manage your users as an implementation manager. You can add or remove them. You can track DataSnipper implementation by, for example, tracking if the email got validated and the user logged in, or you can boost adoption across your team. If you're on enterprise package, you will also be able to set up user management with using SSO or directory sync. And here I want to highlight that this is just the phase one of the feature. Basically, our goal throughout this year is to really support you in tracking implementation, adoption, and also demonstrating the significant DataSnipper ROI to your firm and build those reportings. And then we have document import. If you're a seasoned DataSnipper user, you would know that every DataSnipper procedure or every procedure that you use, DataSnipper would starts with importing documents. And we also improved that as well. So now we eliminated all the wait times. The moment one of your documents are indexed, imported, you can immediately start interacting with them. So it's a very nice improvement to see, especially if you're impatient like myself. And of course, we're always looking to improve our extraction features, and we are trying to expand them. In this version, we added additional capabilities to form extraction. Basically, our goal here was to eliminate the context switching within your Excel workbook. We want you to be able to do everything in the form extraction pane. And then once you're ready, you export your extractions. Of course, in this phase, we added the ability to extract tabular data from similarly formatted documents, which I will show you in a bit. And on top of that, you will now be able to reorder extractions within the form extraction pane before exporting them. So also helps you to perform a couple of actions, couple of extractions without having to go back to DataSnipper. And finally, we have document matching. So by default, document matching only matches exact terms. We also want to give you the flexibility while reconciling data. So we added partial matching. Basically, you can activate partial matching. It's an optional advanced option in case of you have a nuanced output needs. For example, it can be useful if you're looking for output data that only contains certain words from the given input information. I will also show you in a bit so that you have a better understanding of it. But basically, if you're looking more into more flexibility in your reconciling, that we also give you that option as well. And to wrap up with all these improvements, we're focusing on delivering these values that you see on the slide in these three key areas. So basically, you can get more done in less time. You can work smarter with improvements like document import or form extraction. We acknowledge that not every task is one size fits all, so you can exercise, leverage flexibility in document matching without compromising quality of your work. And of course, you can leverage user management to track implementation and boost DataSnipper adoption among your users. So now we'll give you a live demo of all the new features that we talked about. We will start with user management. And for that, I will hand it over to Sangeeta.
Amazing. Let me start sharing my screen. Perfect. Awesome. Yes. So the implementation managers in the call might be familiar with the view that I'm currently in, that is the usage metrics dashboard. So within the usage metrics dashboard, you would see an option called users, where you will be allowed, or you can add as many users as possible, the contract users, for them to, in order to initiate or start signing process for DataSnipper. So you can just click on add user and put the email ID. And if it's a lot of users, then you can also import the user list at once and add the users in bulk. And once you click on add and add users, the user will be added to the dashboard. And yes, as you can see, you can also verify when the user was last active. In this case, I have just added Hande to the dashboard and it still says pending, which means she hasn't activated her account or she hasn't signed in to the DataSnipper yet. And it's also easy to track and manage or maintain the users, because in case, let's say, some of your user left the form, now it's easy for you to just select the user and remove the user from the dashboard, so that you have that one license becomes available that you can utilize for the new hires. And for the enterprise, for the users within the enterprise package, you will have an option for SSO setting, that is single sign-on settings setup, and also the directory sync settings. You have more information within our knowledge base, which explains in detail on how to set up the single sign-on. within your organization, and also directory sync for the organization. But as always, we mention, if you have any questions or if you need any assistance in these setting up this SSO or directory sync, we are always here to help you out. Please feel free to reach out to us. So this is the user management system. And once you have all the users, so it's easy to monitor the usage by the users and also boost the adoption or share the suggestions between the users in order to increase the usage of DataSnipper within your firm. Any questions? Or Hande, if I missed out anything, please feel free to add to it.
It was a great demonstration. Thank you.
Perfect. I'm
Yeah.
going to stop sharing my screen.
Yeah. So I'm back on sharing again. Sangeeta, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Perfect. So if you're familiar with DataSnipper, not much change in terms of ribbon with 6.1. So that's good to know. We'll start with form extraction. If you have Advanced Extraction Suite, which is a add-on module that we have, basically using LLMs to extract data from predefined fields, so you don't have to pick the fields yourself. You basically import your documents and it extracts it for you. If you have that add-on module, then you will see that you have some additional extraction options on top of form extraction. Today, we will be using the old form extraction, I will say, the first extraction feature that we had, automated one. Again, if you have Advanced Extraction Suite, you might get this with 6.1. Basically, we added more document types. That's why we have this option here. But today, we will create custom extractions. So I'll pick custom extractions. And then I have a bunch of forms that I would like to extract data from. So if you hover over this, you will notice that there is add table extraction. And basically, I will just extract my table, and form extraction will recognize the tables that are in other forms and will show you in the preview pane. You can very quickly check if things are okay. If you want to add further extractions, so other than table, that is also possible, of course. For example, let's go back to form 1. First name, maybe last name, social security number, why not? And very quickly, you can see that it's extracted. Let's say the order is a bit weird. We want to have the first name and the last name on the top. If you drag and drop or like drag around your extraction, that is also possible. If you want to rename, you can also do that. This is available from version 4 and onwards, I believe. You can rename your extractions. And let's say this is a extraction procedure that you do quite often, maybe every week, monthly, bi-monthly, and you're using the same set of forms in the sense that the layout is always the same, then I would highly recommend to save this as a template so that you can use this template later. What would happen? Let's say you import a new set of documents and you click on your template, then basically what DataSnipper form extraction would do, it will place the extraction on the exact same location of the document and will extract the data for you. So also, if you're on enterprise package, you can share your templates across your organization. So each individuals do not have to create the same template, which is a big win for firms that are looking, that users are doing a lot of the same procedures, I would say. Once you're ready, you can export to Excel. And what you will notice that the extractions are available in a very formatted manner. Again, we are very proud to always say that all the procedures, all the extraction snips that you do, it always links back to the source. And here you can always see that that documentation trail does exist in form extraction as well. So this was form extraction, tabular extraction, and reordering. Now let's move on to our second, I would say, most loved automation feature, document matching. Again, with document matching, by default, it extracts the exact match, right? So we have two advanced options today that I will show you. First one comes with 6.1, which is partial matching. So here I have my input data, which is the Dell laptop precision workstation, right? Let's configure my document matching settings. First, of course, you need to select your sample data. So select the data that you want to reconcile with your source documents. After that, we are going to use document folders. So I have two set of invoices that I will be using for this demonstration. Basically, also you will see in a bit, one invoice has the input data, but only in few words. Lastly, I will pick where I want the reconciliation, so where I want the extraction to happen. Column B sounds good. And then to activate partial matching, all I have to do is click on Advanced Options here to help you out, because it's normal that we might forget what does these additional options mean. We also placed toolbars for you. So if you hover over the toolbar, it will also explain what this is for, including a simple scenario as well. So I will just say partial matching. What's nice about the design of document matching is that if you have an advanced setting, it will turn the column to blue. So showing you that you place an advanced setting, advanced option, don't forget. So once you are set, you can just click on match all rows. And then we always say, we are just supporting you. We play a supporting role. You should always use your professional judgment to validate the results that are given by DataSnipper. Accepting the prompt. And then now let's go back to the document to check what happened here. So as we said, document matching was able to find the few words of the input data. And because we enabled partial matching, it was able to extract and place it. I will also quickly show fuzzy match. Fuzzy match is already available in the version 6, if you're on version 6 of DataSnipper Platform. But basically, fuzzy match helps to match if you have like small typos on the source documents. it will help you to match those input data as well. So going back, I don't need to reselect my sample data. I don't need to reselect my documents. But now let's place the output column, the data in C. And instead of partial matching, I will enable fuzzy matching. And once that's done, I will match all rows. So as you can see, I will just zoom in a bit, that it has small typos, but yet because we enabled fuzzy matching, that it was able to recognize and reconcile. So this is the advanced options of document matching, but I know we have also new joiners at this webinar, so I really want to show also how document matching actually looks like when we perform, for example, an invoice testing. So let's say we are using a small set of sample data, but let's say you have this sample data and basically you want to match it with your source documents. So going back to configuration settings of document matching, I will select my sample data. First row includes headers, which will help you to also configure your output column. So please select it and also check the tick box. Next, we are going to use document folders. Today, we're going to do two-way match. So what we're going to do, we're going to reconcile with invoices, but also the bank statement. So first, I will pick my invoices, and then second, I will pick my bank statement. And then what we need to do is, again, similar to what we did, decide on the output columns. I'm looking at amount is E, date is F. This is correct. Let's look at bank statement. I want the amount to be on I. Yeah. We don't have a date, so we can just click on no outputs. Yeah. And merchant is J. You can also use, by the way, your keyboard to travel between letters, and then invoice number. Let's do no. Yeah, okay. Once I configured my settings, I will then again click on match all rows. And then as you can see, I think it took less than 2 seconds, maybe 2 seconds. We were able to match the sample data with the source documents. You don't have to have the same layouts. The invoices can be different. As you can see, we even have a invoice that me personally, I'm having a bit trouble to read, but DataSnipper is able to pick that up. Yeah, so I always say this is great, but metrics don't lie. So I would love to show you a short demonstration of how automation features like document matching helps our users. So I have some really, really fun metrics from Cherry Bekaert, one of our customers, and they experienced using features like document matching and snips, and they witnessed, as Peter says, magic. But they reported time savings of 67% while conducting test of details using document matching and snips. 90% of the manual work, such as copy and pasting from PDFs into Excel, is now automated, which is very, very good to hear. And with cross-referencing and strong documentation trails, audit teams are able to conduct review processes 3 times faster. If you want to read more of these great jaw-dropping, I would say, stories. We have a customer section. Feel free to go there and read it out. Also, I always find it incredibly fun to see how our users can find very unique use cases or how they implement DataSnipper in their firm. It's always very fun to see. But yeah, again, very nice to read about these metrics. And if this gets you excited, then I would say if you're interested and excited, but if you don't have DataSnipper yet, feel free to book a demo, and we would gladly help you to figure out the tool and what your needs are, and then identify the use cases for yourself. If you want the latest version 6.1, please reach out to your DataSnipper Customer Success Manager, and they would be very happy to help you out. And one question that we always get during these webinars is the recording. We will send you the recording shortly after the session, and it will also be available on datasnipper.com. I will now pause for questions. If we have any questions.
Yes, Hande, like we have a couple of questions.
Okay.
The first one is, there is a user who is asking how to check the version that they are in.
Yes, I wanted to show that, but I forgot. I will show you. Can you
Perfect.
see my Excel?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So you have the Learn button on your ribbon. If you go there, and then if you go to About, then you will see your version. We officially full release, the latest version is 6.1. So let me know if you can't find it, but it should be there.
Amazing. The next
And
question.
I'm curious which version you're on, actually.
Perfect. The next question that I see is regarding form extraction.
Yeah.
To show table extraction, they're asking if the key concept is very similar to the normal extraction with regard to the table extraction.
Do you want to cover this?
The key concept, yes.
Yeah.
Uh, yes, to answer your question, yes, the key concept is a very similar one for the table extraction as well. As we always see, like DataSnipper mostly automatically assigns a correct word or a string of words as a key for the extraction. The similar concept is applied for the table extraction as well. And if you want, like, if in case something is missing in your table, then you also have an option to edit the key for your table. And of course, you can also select the headers of a table as a key. So it's also pretty easier and simpler than the normal extraction in assigning the key. But to answer your question shortly, yes, the key concept is very similar, and yeah, it works the very similar way as the normal extraction works.
Yeah.
Perfect. And there is another question. Could you please confirm where we can access the additional form extraction modules demonstrated earlier? Is this something to be obtained from the DataSnipper website?
Is this about like the additional fields that I just showed?
Yes, maybe the advanced
Yeah.
extraction.
So
Yes.
Advanced Extraction Suite is a separate add-on module. It goes on top of your DataSnipper platform. So there is an additional purchase to it. I'll send you the link to the product page. Have a read. If this is something that interests you, I would then definitely reach out to your customer success manager and show your interest, or you can also use the website to book a demo. But basically, let me go back to, no, I'm good. Yeah. Okay. So here you see all these document types, right? Traditionally, with form extraction, you would have to place the extractions, and the documents would have to be in a similarly formatted way layout. With Advanced Extraction Suite, you don't have that. Every fields are predefined, and basically you just need to import documents. If you don't have this option yet, it's very likely if you don't see this option yet, well, not this one, because this is 6.1, but these ones, it's very likely that your firm doesn't have Advanced Extraction Suite. So you can reach out to your customer success manager for it.
Amazing. Maybe a last question that I see is regarding the advanced reporting. Now, with the user-based licensing, as the users can sign in, will the advanced reporting now have the user names in it already?
I personally haven't, like, I know it will be. I haven't personally tested it yet. But also, again, this is phase one, right? That's what we're aiming for as well. Like, we want really those granular user level data. We want you to be able to form like data-driven conclusions of, okay, how are my users doing? Are they adopting well? Is there someone that we need to have like more attention to? Yeah, that's what we're going for, exactly. If you're on enterprise package, then you have advanced reporting where you will see these granular metrics.
Yes, perfect. And just to add to it, yeah, because when you download the advanced reporting after enabling the user-based licensing, there will be two tabs or two sheets within that document, whereas one will be before user-based licensing was enabled, so you can see the usage before and after, and the sheet with the after usage, like after user-based licensing, will have the user's name in it, whereas the before one will still be in the traditional approach where you have to uncode or yeah, prepare, like you have to decode the hashes. But whatever Hande mentioned is correct. So this is a very initial way that we started in user management. So yeah, more to come.
Yeah. Send the link to Advanced Extraction Suite. If you guys want to see Advanced Extraction Suite in action, we actually have a webinar, I think in 2 weeks. So if you have time, if you just want to have a quick look, I'll also send you the webinars page where you can sign up for our upcoming webinars. But I have to say, always helps to have that individual conversation to understand where your needs are. This is the events and webinars page. For the AI-driven extraction, would the documents be confidential? As in, do we have access to your documents? No, we never store any of your data. DataSnipper doesn't store any of your data. We do have documentation around how we process these documents when we use LLMs and AI. If you want further information on that, then contact us and we will be happy to explain you how that process looks like for yourself. All right. If there are no more questions, it was a very lovely interactive webinar. So happy that you guys were able to join. As I said, we have more, of course, more webinars coming up this year. So I hope to see you in one of those and enjoy the rest of your week.